mid function is an Excel function that allows us to search for a specific number of characters in the middle of a cell. So for example, let's say for some reason that I want to find and return the two Z's in the middle of the word pizza in cell B3. To do that, I would need to use a mid function. To create a mid function, like our other functions in Excel, we begin with the equal sign, followed by the name of the function, and then our information in parentheses. For a mid function, we need three pieces of information. First, the cell where we're going to go looking for our text. Second, the letter or character number where we're going to start looking. And finally, how many characters we're going to return as a result. So you can see this looks very similar to the right and left functions that we've learned previously. The big difference is this start character. So because we're searching in the middle of our text, we have to know, or Excel needs to know, where it wants to start looking. So for example, back to our pizza example from previously. If I wanted to find the two Z's in the middle of the word pizza, I would have to start by looking in cell B3. So our cell in our example is B3, and that's what we would put in our information in parentheses. Then we need to tell Excel where to start looking. We want to start looking at the first Z in the word pizza. So we would tell it to start with character number 3, since the Z is the third character from the left of our text in cell B3. And that way, we skip the P and the I. Then we need to tell it how many characters we want to return. If we want the two Z's, then I would tell it to return 2 characters. So now, with this mid function, if I were to run this in Excel, it would return the result ZZ. Because the Z's begin at character 3 and include 2 characters in the cell B3. Now, let's take a look at how we would create this from scratch in Microsoft Excel. So here is our Excel spreadsheet with the table we were using before. And in cell B13, if I were to create our function, I would begin with the equal sign, create the name of our function, mid, open a parenthesis, and I need to begin by selecting the cell where the text will be searched in this case, B3. Then with a comma, I move to my next piece of information, the character number where I want to begin searching. And since my Z is the third character in from the right, or from the left, the third character in from the left, then I would select the number 3. Comma. Last thing it wants to know is how many characters return. We decided to return 2. Close my parenthesis, hit enter, and it returns the 2 Z's. The 2 characters in the middle of the word beginning the third letter in. And that is how we create a mid function in Microsoft Excel.